Personally, I don't think being a bigger goalie is an advantage to being a smaller goalie, as long as your smaller goalie's quick and your big goalie's not slow. You know, as long as they're athletic, it doesn't matter the size. It does not matter the size. As long as they're an athletic goaltender, really doesn't matter what size he is in the net. Okay? Mental toughness is key. Now, this is something that I've had to work on my whole career. Not getting down on yourself. You let a couple goals in. You know, you gotta kind of work through it. You gotta work through it. And there's nobody that's gonna work through it with you but your coach. But your coach. And a lot of that comes down to not just vocal communication, but body language. Body language. How do you as a coach respond to your goalie when he lets a soft shot in? Do you take your hat off and go? Or do you just go, you know, and just kind of stay even keel with your goaltender? Stay even keel with your goaltender. You know, a lot of it comes down to, verbiage too, you know. Hey, instead of saying you should have had that one, say that's a savable shot. Jim, that's a savable shot. I know you got that. I know you got that. All right? So a lot of it is the language, and mental toughness is key, but you can always develop that with your goalie as a coach. Have a great stick. 100%. Me coming out of high school was not a great outlier. I thought I was, but I really wasn't consistent as an outlet guy. So when I got to college, you know, T.W. Johnson's like, hey Marty, you know, you're a good ball stopper. You know, you make some great saves, you make some good outlets sometimes, you do a lot of good things, but you know, you gotta have the best stick on the team. I go, what do you mean I gotta have the best stick on the team? Doesn't the lefty from Canada have the best stick on the team? He's pretty good. You know, but in my head, go back to my room, and I'm going, wow. So coach wants to see me banging the wall. Coach wants to see me walk around with a stick in my hand all the time, even as a goal. Even as a goal. So, you know, have a great stick. Have a great stick. And if you don't have a great stick, what do we always tell our kids in clinics and in our high school guys? You can always get one better. Your stick. You can always get your stick better. So there's no excuse for having a bad stick in the net. Concentrate on the little things. You know, the little stuff. I think, you know, pipe-to-pipe play is very important in our game. The little stuff about our angles, the way we step out and conduct ourselves as goalies is very important. So as coaches, for us to concentrate on the little things with our goaltenders, all right, that's going to put you maybe at another level that the team that you're playing in your district or conference or wherever in your region, might not be at that level because that coach isn't concentrating on the little things with their goalie. That coach is saying, why can't he stop bounce shots? Well, instead of saying, why can't he stop bounce shots, let's figure out how to make him better at bounce shots. And let's concentrate on what we have to do to make that happen. So if that means we got to work with him for 7 minutes a day just on bouncers, then that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Okay? So you concentrate on the little things, break it down, you know. Why does my guy get beat high? Maybe he's got a hitch. Maybe he dumps slow all the time, then comes high. How do we take the hitch away? The rule of thumb. Great idea, the rule of thumb. Take the hitch away, concentrate on little things. Put your thumb right in the peripheral of your eye. There you go, that's where your hand's got to be. Right there. Not here, not here, not here. Your hand's got to be right there. So when that shooter's coming down the alley, you don't move your hand until the ball's on that stick. That'll take the hitch away right there. Doesn't matter if you're lefty or righty. That'll take the hitch away right there. The rule of thumb. Okay? Thumb right in the peripherals here. Alley, shot, boom. One movement, I make the save. Instead of being here, here, and then here. That wasted movement, what happens? It's a goal. Gotta have thick skin. I added that the other day. You just gotta have thick skin. I was gonna put alligator skin because I live in Florida now, but thick skin. You know, we gotta have the thick skin, and I think that comes along with working with your keepers on all those things prior to that on the bottom. If you work with them on all those philosophies on the bottom, they're gonna end up having thick skin at the end of the day. Okay, Coach? All right, just a little bit of another philosophy thing. When you step on the field, you cannot concede a thing. I didn't know today was the day Gal Sayers ran for 6 touchdowns. I didn't know that. I saw it on Twitter this morning. I use a The goalie has to have that will to win that's largest on the field. What happens when your attackman has a bad day? Your first attackman has a bad day, it gets 1 assist. Your second attackman might go 2-1. Your third attackman might go 1-1. What happens when your goalie has a bad day? You lose. You lose. Point blank. All right, so if we step on the field as goaltenders and we have that most competitive goalie, the most competitive kid, the most competitive player we can find, we can recruit, we can develop, if we can do that, we're gonna be a step above. We're gonna be a step above because that kid who's most competitive is gonna refuse to lose. He's not gonna step on the field and go, they got a really good shooter on the right side. Every time he touches it, he's gonna blow it by me. And some kids in the back of their mind, they have that. Some kids in the back of their mind, they step on the field and they say, oh, that kid's going to Maryland, he's really good, I can't stop his shot. Every shot is savable. Every shot is savable. Why would you be in the net? Why would you be in the net if every shot wasn't savable? Okay, so if we have that kind of attitude towards our goalies, towards who we're coaching, they're going to emulate that attitude when they step on the field. And be competitive. And be competitive. Coach? All right, a little bit of hand and body position stuff. I know you probably all had different, different people tell you different stuff, but this is just kind of some basics that we can look at. I'm using a Maverick Base 2 head here. What is this? East Coast Mesh Maverick Scandium shaft. Pretty nice little setup here, provided by my friends over at Maverick Cascade. Top hand at the throat of the stick. So top hand's right on the plastic, okay? Some guys might say, oh, that hurts my thumb. Well, they make really good goalie gloves now. Back when I was playing, they didn't have good goalie gloves. They had to make a mold and you had to tape it on there, and it looked like it was your thumb was that big. But, it worked enough, okay? So top hand at the top, at the throat of the stick. Bottom hand, 8 to 12 inches below, okay? We can be right here, we can be here, we can be here. We don't want to be here. We don't want to be here, ever. It's just too slow of a movement. For me to get all the way over, it's too slow. For me to get here, look at that. No flexibility there. But if I have an 8 to 12, I'm able to punch all the way across. I'm able to get all the way out. 8 to 12 inches. Okay, so if you got young goalies or whatever, new guys, get their hands right first. Get their hands right first. Okay? Hands away from the body. Slight elbow bend. I think a lot of guys tend to say, I don't want a croucher. What's a croucher goalie? Somebody who's like way down here, right? You don't want a croucher? Fix his hands. Because where's his hands in the crouch? To the side of his head, right? So if we go rule of thumb with the croucher and he's here, he's gonna raise up. Right away, he's going to start raising up if you fix his hands first. Okay? Make sure that we have a slight knee bend. Drop our butt in explosive position. I always use those words: explosive, quickness, drive, drag, get dirty. Those are things I like to use with my goaltenders. Slight elbow bend here. We don't want to be straight out. We don't want to be here. We want a nice elbow bend, nice relaxed fit, nice relaxed stance. Tell our guys all the time, I want your stance to be comfortable to you. So I'm not going to go over to you and go, oh, man, you can drop that butt more. If it's not comfortable to you, you're not going to make saves. Feet a little wider than shoulder width. We don't want them standing straight up and down with our feet together. Let's get a little wider, a little athletic stance. And let's get it going that way. Back straight and flat. Are we hunched over? What are we doing here? So if our back's straight and flat, kind of that back squat look, we don't want to be here. We want a nice firm stance here, explosive position. Shot comes, I can make the save. Light on your feet, but not on your toes. Light on your feet, but not on your toes. I tell young goalies that you don't have to be on your toes to be on your toes. You can be flat-footed and still be on your toes. You just have to be light on your feet. Light on your feet. All right? We had a goalie we recruited. We were talking about at lunch. We recruited, brought him in. He was on his toes all the time. I'm like, what are you doing? Are we going for a sprint right now? He's like, no, coach, somebody always told me to be on my toes. Doesn't mean you have to be a ballerina. Sit back on your heels a little bit, relax. Still got to be light on your feet. You got the balls of your feet. Be comfortable in your stance. Okay? Be ready. Be ready. This is something that my dad taught me. He used to say it all the time. He used to go, when they cross the midline, Jay, I don't know why he called me Jay. My name's Marty Warren. When they cross the midline, Jay, they're going to shoot. No, they're not. What do you mean? They're going to score on me from way out there. I got scored on from out there when I was a sophomore in high school. Crossed the midline, short time, kid cranked it. I was, not listening to my dad at that point. Goal. Last time that ever happened. Okay? But when they cross the midline, they're gonna shoot. Be ready. Don't ever think when they cross the midline, they're not gonna take a shot at you, especially with the way the game's going now. Think about your goalies now. If we get shot clocks, they're gonna see a shot every 60 to 90 seconds. That sounds like a blast. I'm telling you what, I bet people wear more pads. I bet they wear more pads. Okay? So, that leads me to something else. When I was in high school, I used to wear who wore the football girdle under their sweatpants? Smart, genius, okay? Because who really likes to get hit with the ball? I don't know about that. So be ready all the time. Be ready all the time. Have your guys always set, ready to go. And I'm not saying they got to be in their stance. Ball's coming out, they got to be in their stance. They got to be mentally prepared. Mentally prepared to get in their stance and get ready to make the save. Coach, ball stopping technique. Excuse me for this. I don't know why I got a raspy voice, but we're going to drive the top hand of the ball. Okay, so we're going to punch the top hand, drive the top hand of the ball all over the place. All over the place. I'm never going to catch the ball. I'm going to drive it out. I'm going to drive it out to the ball. I'm going to attack the ball. I'm going to fight the ball so it doesn't get in the net. I'm going to fight the ball. I'm going to punch the ball. But I'm going to also keep my bottom hand a little bit behind my top. A little bit behind. I don't want to be here. You guys see that? There's a difference from that and that. See the difference in that? Difference between that punching the hand out and that punching the hand out. What are we doing different there? We're punching both hands at the ball. We're driving both hands at the ball. Okay? So we always want to work with our netminders on driving that top hand. So I take the bottom hand off and I got just the top hand on and I'm just boom, stop, boom, stop. Stop right there. Then we go to the opposite side. Okay? Just step and drive, step and drive, and we'll go hips. Okay? And we'll just work on that. Not every day. Okay? Not every day. But we'll do it for 30 seconds. Do it for 30 seconds. There's no secret formula to developing great goalies. All it is trying to get them to understand the certain things they need to do each time the shot comes. Okay? So step to the ball at a 45-degree angle. I've heard a lot of different theories about stepping sideways. Yeah, that works if you got a goalie that's good at it. I'm not going to teach my goalies that, but if I have a goalie who's more comfortable stepping sideways at the ball, maybe taking a lower angle than 45, then I'll tell you one thing for sure, I'm not going to change that kid if he's making stops. Okay? But initially, we want to make that 45-degree angle step at the ball. So when the ball is coming, we want to be able to cut the ball off in its path. I'm not stepping at the shooter. I'm stepping at where the ball's going to go. I'm cutting off the ball. So what we do is we'll go, all right, well, Jimmy and I were walking down the street, and I want to cut Jimmy off. Am I going to step this way, or am I going to step that way to cut him off? I'm going to step out 45-degree angle to cut the guy off and walking next to him. So that's what you want to do. You want to cut the ball's path off and get into the net. Back foot drag. We always want to drag the back foot. We don't want to jump. We want to drag. We want to drag. We want that initial step 45 to be a hard step and a drag. Hard step and a drag. What happens when we jump? We see goalies that hop. They hop to the ball. They kind of go like that. Are they greatly explosive all the time? Are they very consistent? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. But the goalies that sit there, here, the shot comes off, stick it in, and they drag. They make a lot of saves. They make a lot of saves. Follow the ball into the stick and know the brand. How many different brands of lacrosse balls are out there now? Quite a bit. So, what I used to like to do before we actually had a budget is we'd have to scrounge balls up all over the place. And I coached high school. And there'd be different brands of balls. And I tell my goalie, every time you make a save, yell out the name of the ball. So they'd be like, okay, so the first couple ones are like not seeing it. I'm like, what's the name of the ball? Of the brine? I go, no, that's not the name of the drill. Know the brand of the ball. So when you save it, boom, see it, brine, throw it back, boom. New ball, pick it up out of the bucket, throw another one, save it, eyes to the ball the whole time, warrior, throw it back. That way they're seeing the ball into the stick. Instead of telling them, how many times you tell your goalie, see the ball into the stick, follow the ball into the stick, and they're still doing this. Right? Know the brand of the ball. I want you to tell me the brand of the ball. Tell me if that ball has a scuff mark on it. Is it a greaser or is it a nice ball? Is it a pearl? Is that what they call them? Pearls? I don't even know. Okay? Get dirty on low shots. Just don't bend at the waist. Get dirty on low shots. Just don't bend at the waist. Playing ESM, I remember my junior year of high school, the coach on the sideline started yelling out on the field to our team. These are just memories. I don't know why I remember this stuff. He's a hockey goalie. You can't score on low. I never played hockey goalie in my life. But what I liked to do was react low and get as dirty as I could on the ground. If I wasn't dirty after the game, I felt like I didn't play well. And I know sometimes you guys are like, oh, coach, but coach, well, that's kind of a bad habit having your guy drop. It kind of is a bad habit sometimes. But if you have a kid that can do it, if you have a kid that's athletic enough to get down and up, have him play that style. Have him play that style. I'm not saying every low shot he's dropping to his knees. I'm not saying every low shot he's stacking the pads and hoping for the best. What I'm saying is get dirty. One thing we always say is get the blade of your stick dirty. I want the blade of your stick to not look, I don't want a stick that looks like this if I'm a goalie. Because if I have a stick that looks like this and I'm a goalie, I will back up. So I want a stick that's dirty up top. I know we all play on field turf now, but they can still get black up there. You can still get it dirty. And that means getting your stick to the ground. Driving your stick to the ground, getting your knees bent, getting low, and getting down and dirty on the ball. Not just going like this. Oh man, I missed that one. Yeah, because you didn't step, you didn't drive, you didn't get dirty to it. That's why you missed it. If you did all those things, you would have saved the ball. Okay, attack the bounce. Attack the bounce. Kind of a different type of technique here. I mean, we'll attack the bounce. In the three-step, the guys are going to be lower on the crease, right? Lower on the goal line. If you have a reactionary keeper, you might not want him to jump out and attack where the ball bounced right away. Because what happens sometimes? That ball bounces there, where's it go? It goes high, right? So what we say is we include attack the bounce with drop and pop. Okay, so drop and pop. My hands are here. Anything low, my hands are dropping. Anything below my waist, my hands are dropping. Okay, that's a non-negotiable. That's something that you have to do. Anything below the waist, your hands have to drop. Okay? Hands drop, and then we pop to where the ball is. Alright? And then we pop to where the ball is. So drop and pop technique. So if the ball's a bouncer, it's an off-stick bouncer. Okay, off-stick bouncer, and I'm here, and and I drop my hands and I step at the same time towards that bounce shot, my hands are in a spot now where I can react here, or I can react here. Okay? So instead of us teaching our goalies, the ball bounces there, that's all you do. Tell your goalies, drop your hands, bang, get over top of the ball. Then if you bounce high, fight it high, stays low, you can get low. Okay, the little drop and pop technique has been pretty successful in developing some goalies over the past. I think I implemented that a couple years ago, but it's something that we're still tinkering with and stuff like that. But at the same time, we really want our goaltenders to be body first goalies. Body first goalies. Step to the ball, get in front of the ball. Your stick's going to follow. Your hands are going to follow. Your hands are always going to follow. Okay, Coach? We're going to look at a couple of footwork drills here that we can do. All right, this is starting right off. All right, kind of ollie shuffle here. We got our goalie in a stance. Feet are kind of are scattered on the line. Down the line, going to teach a little quickness. Just keep it rolling. That's kind of the side angle of it. Muhammad Ali had great feet, so we call this the ollie shuffle. Just something that we can do with our goalies to get them warmed up. Stick hops, another one. What you're going to see on all these videos and all this stuff is our goalies' hands are always where? They're always where they're supposed to be. They're always where they're supposed to be. So we're always trying to keep the hands up, and all that's doing is muscle memory for us. Z ball hops, another good one here. You line up the balls. Coach, pause it. This is one here that I think is really important for all goalies to do. Line up about 8 balls. Okay, it's a foot or a yard apart. They're stepping, they're jumping laterally, and then they're exploding 45-degree angle every jump. Okay, and their hands are up. All right, they're just working that footwork the whole time. Coach. So that's kind of what it looks like when they're coming at you. The lateral 45, lateral 45. You have them go one way, and then you have them come back the other way. Okay, now this is cool. This is something new, Coach. Pause real quick. Anybody put your goalies to walk in the line? I had a coach one time tell me to walk the line. I go, all right. So I start walking the line. I got about 10 yards, and I go, this is the worst drill ever. I go, I'm walking a line, and I'm stepping to nothing, and I just keep walking. And then they used to have you go with a goalie in front, a goalie behind you, and I think that's great for young guys. Like, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying, there's other things we can do as coaches to maybe think our goalies are never going to be walking forward and stepping. They're never going to be doing that. So what we do is something I call cone stepping, where you start on the side of a cone, you lay it out, and everything he's doing is a 45-degree step. And his job is to get his feet, okay, on each side of that cone on a 45-degree angle. So he's starting from a set position, and he's not walking up and down the sideline during practice. So every time he's punching his hands out, hands are up, he's getting 45 every step, getting over the top of the cone. He's hopping a little too much in this. He's gotten a little bit better since last year. So now he's going from the hips. This is the drop and pop right there. Hands up, drop, pop out. Drop, pop out. And he's consistent. Now he's going over. We're going to get over top of the cone. 45, get over top of the cone. 45, get over top of the cone. If any of you guys have questions during this too, go ahead and raise your hand on. I like to be a little more interactive with stuff. Yeah, Coach. Yeah, this is on YouTube. Coaching your goalie. You guys can make a note of that. Coaching your goalie is on YouTube. This whole film. We did this film last year. We got another one on here too. we're doing with this is getting their body behind it and then getting their hands behind it as well. Coach?
I mean, I do a lot of work before you go. You just kind of think like on a daily basis, do like 2 times a week.
This is more probably a 2-time-a-week thing, and we'll break it up. You know, we always create time for our goalies. We always work with our goalies and create time for our goalies. This is not a segment here that we'll do every day. You know what I mean? But these are stuff, maybe one day you do the ladder work with them, then the next day you do cone stepping with them, and the next day you do the other one with them. And then that way they have at least some footwork that's designed for a goaltender 3 to 4 times a week. Okay? So, and then we just do some ladder work. You know, I like to work the ladders in. We didn't do it a lot this. We haven't done a lot this fall. I'll tell you that God's honest truth. We have not done a lot of ladder work this fall with our goalies because our goalies are all a year older and they went through all this stuff last year and they're a lot better with everything that they're doing. So now it's time for us to advance our skill set and kind of go to the next stage. But these are just certain ladder drills, but as you can tell, what we do with all of our goaltenders is make them have their hands in a ready position all the time. All the time. Coach, you can go walk in the yard and some another 30 seconds in. Yeah, a little bit of yeah, 7 yard. So this is something we do with the cones. We make our goalies at the beginning of the year set the cones out to walk the arc. Kind of a little thing for them for muscle memory, just so that they understand kind of the positions on the field, the angles on the field that they'll have to work with. You know, a huge part of us development-wise is getting to the point where you go from having to worry about your goalie walking a good arc to going and have to worry about your goalie playing the right angle on every shot. You know, so once you get to that level, that's when you're going to be, you know you got something that now you can really work with. So as they walk the arc, you see as they go through, their feet are always going to try and hit a cone. So hit the cone, straddle, hit it, pipe. Okay, all the way through that, 5 spots, just kind of a basic arc to walk. Okay, when he's going behind, he's gonna always angle, X, angle, pipe every single time. So we don't have our goalies that go here and they go behind the net, and the ball's behind. They're here, and then they're right on the pipe right away. We like to keep that angle here because if it's an up and over pass, maybe we can get here and get in a good spot to make that save quicker, rather than coming off the pipe and getting there. Okay, there's different ways to coach it, but we like to make sure that they go X, angle, and they split that pipe. Okay, or X, angle, and they split that pipe, and then they're on the pipe when the guy drives to goal line extended. Okay, that attack drives to goal line extended and then midi. Coach. All right, we got just the warm-up stuff we do is a pop drill. Okay, first things first. What's the number 1 rule for a goalie? To see the ball, right? We got to see the ball first, right? So when we get out there and we're playing, oh, this is in January, by the way, with the shorts and t-shirts in Florida. Just let you know. No, when we get out there and we're playing, the number 1 thing is to always see the rock first. See the rock. See the rock. So I'm not going to sit out there and send my coach out there and go, warm up the goalie. I've done this to my young assistants. Go warm up the goalie. He goes out there, it's 12 yards away, and you just start to rip on the goalie. Like, that's a good idea, because he's really seeing it right away. He's like, oh no, coach, I get it. And I go, yeah, let's go 8 yards away. Let's just work the high and the hips. Let's just get him seeing it. Let's get him seeing it. Let's get him seeing it, and then we can move away and kind of go to a little bit higher shot, harder shot, and we can work the hips a little more. We can work our arc a little more, we can really shoot the ball a little bit harder at the net minder. So we have them, guys, if you notice, we have them keep the cones on the crease while they warm up. So it's not like they take the cones, they walk the arc, and then they throw them away. Like, we have them out there so that they can always use them as kind of a guide, so so that they can see where they are in the field. They can use that as kind of a guide on where the angles are. All right, this is a little bit of straightaways. We call it straightaways, or where we stand about 12 yards from the goalie, and it's dead center, and we're just shooting the ball trying to get them in the low corners. Try to get them in the low corners. So all they're getting is reps at driving and getting to the low corners. Tennis ball bouncers, just another good thing you can do to maybe save your goalie a little bit, because bounce shots tend to bang us up as netminders. So, we like to use tennis balls if we can. We don't use them all the time, but we like to use them if we can. And all we're doing is no stick. So he's in his stance, step, drive, and he's fighting it off the whole time. So, yeah, Coach.
About the arm, you guys close that on the arm.
Yeah.
Do you make any marks pre-game for your goalie? When the goalie make any marks on the actual crease itself?
Yeah, I don't tell them to do that. But if they're comfortable and they come out and they, jam up the front, they jam up, that's fine. That's fine, but I don't tell them to do that as a coaching point. We don't make it a coaching point to tell them to do that. So we want it really to be muscle memory. So on game day, they don't have to worry about it. Another good one here, just a nice drill here. We're just soft tossing with our goalie. Something you can do, something you can work with your goalie with. These are things that are traditional. Yeah, people have done them before, but it's all about how you work with your netminder. Are you taking the time to do soft toss? Or are you just saying people do it? No, you take the time, you do it, and then you work with it. All right, Coach, go to the next slide. All right, so now we're in our live pre-practice drills. All right, so we're going to talk about after we do our warm-up. When we do warm-ups, we have a player warm the goalies up now. Okay? And we teach the player how to warm the goalie up. So now we have players that warm our goalies up. So they get 15 minutes. In the warm-up, you have to be sweat dripping when you're done with the warm-up. And in Florida, sometimes that doesn't take too long. But you got to be sweat dripping at the warm-up. If you're not, and you take the warm-up for granted, okay, I'm going to know it because when we get in the live pre-practice shots, sweat's not dripping, you ain't ready for game day. Okay, we want warm-up to be hard. I want your warm-up to be hard. I don't want your warm-up to be like, all right, well, Jimmy's my roommate, he's going to shoot high to high, I'm going to look real cool today. Like, I want you to, talk to your guy warming him up, but I want it to be difficult. I want it to be difficult. So you see rubber, and you get better at warm-ups. Because we as coaches, sometimes we don't have time to work with the goalie during drills. It just doesn't work that way. Okay? Coach? So these are some of our live pre-practice shots we do. This is angle shooting, three-point shooting. Okay? As you can see, we got 3 spots where he's getting to. All right? Shots are coming from the wings, lefty, and shots are coming from the wings, righty. Coach, pause it for a second. All right? So let it play for 1 second and pause again. Right there. Okay? So as we see our goalies, me as the coach, you can use players for this on your team to work this drill. You don't need to use coaches. All right? So you can use coaches, you can use players, you can use anybody you want, but you as the coach who's trying to work with your goalie, you want to be not involved in the drill as a shooter, per se. You want to be able to walk around and see their angles, see how he's playing that pipe shot, and see what you have to tell him about what to do better. Okay, so 3 points. So we'll start with a pass from one side to a pass dead center, and then to a pass on the other wing to a shot. Coach. Feed. And during this time, they're communicating the whole time. Up and over skips. We're working from the pipe on this. Feed comes from behind. Set your feet. See it. Set your feet. Save it. Up and over, see it, set your feet, save it. Every single time we're getting set. Pause, coach. Real important drill, probably one of the most simple drills you can do with your goals. Pipe the pipes. Pipe the pipes. They get so tired. They get so tired. I talked to an alumni defenseman that came back from alumni game. He said, Coach, I'm in good shape. I'm running 6 miles a day. Oh man, you're probably going to be great there and be able to D up our attack and look good. After the game, he goes, I am the most tired I've ever been in my life. I haven't done lateral movement in over 2 years. but yeah, but that road work worked well for you, didn't it? You know, so as you're in the net, that pipe-to-pipe movement, that's something that we have to do. That's something that we don't get in practice sometimes. So we have to rep that. Coach? And we want to get to that pipe right there, okay, so kind of splitting it with your heel back inside the pipe, toes out. I'm not a believer, my philosophy is not to have your foot outside the pipe. 1, 2, 1, 2, getting over, pushing off, getting over, pushing off. Every single time we're getting there, now we're going to a shot. So straight into a progression where now you're pipe to pipe to a shot. Feed it, quick release, you get a little hitch there. That's a good save. Okay, ball gets back in play. 1, 2, shot, good release. Back up, getting over, good save low. Getting over, fighting it off up top. Yeah, Coach. We teach to have your goalie on the pipe, and then we say, you know what? You're the goaltender. If I tell you to square your goalie right there, and you don't make saves that way, then I'm doing a disservice to our goalie in our program by changing how he plays. This particular goalie, he likes to get in the pipe and kind of be in the net a little bit. Okay? So some goalies are going to play it differently. Yeah, we want them to square up a little bit, but we don't want them to be boxed out if we're not even. Okay? Coach? Feed the cut. All right? We're coming behind. All right, pause there, Coach. So you say, everybody, you guys know you teach your goalies sometimes, right? Who teaches their goalie to put their stick over their crossbar, stick off passes? Nobody? Good rule. That's a great rule, okay? Our goalie just made that play. He just made that play. It wasn't like I'm sitting there going, keep your stick over that pipe now, because if they make a feed, you can knock it down. But if you see it come over the pipe, we might be able to get our stick up and knock it down and make that play. So as coaches, let's not prevent our goalies from making plays. Let's not prevent our goalies from making plays. Ooh, good one. So as he's going from X, he's trying to square right up in the shooter and react to the ball. He's not coming out and challenging, okay? He's coming out and squaring up to the ball. Pause, Coach. The big thing for me is another thing you can tell your goalies is if the shooter can't see you and he catches it, that's when you can come out and challenge. So if a guy's curling and he catches the pass and you're in the net and you know there's nobody between you and the shooter as the goalie, come out and challenge him a little bit, because when he turns around, what's going to happen? You're going to be right there, stick on stick. But if that shooter can see you and you're eye to eye and you come out and challenge, a lot of times shooters now are just going to shoot right around you. So stay in position. If he can see it, explode, make the save. If he can't see you, come out and challenge. Another thing, big thing in my philosophy as a goalie is to try and be a well-rounded goaltender. So I don't want my goalie to get ground balls. If you don't get ground balls in a game, you just make saves, you better be making 26 saves a game, and we better be holding teams to 4 goals. Because I want you to be a well-rounded goaltender, somebody who does different things, somebody who can make a play when we need you to make a play on the defensive end. This is another one here, bounce shot steps. We put the balls out a little bit over. The whole premise of this is to get him to explode across the balls. He's got to make each save over the balls. So as he makes that save over the balls, he's trying to get over the top. Stop, get over the top of the balls. If he makes the save before the balls, or underneath it, or he lets the ball in, that's a push-up. We go 5 push-ups per, so it's college. But he's trying to get over the top. Okay, every single time he's getting over the balls. That was a little bit of a nut shot. Okay. Everybody sees always take time as a coach to work with your goalies, very important. QB passing, all right, we start at our knees, we're working the ball up. Standing with no step, another one where we're going to emphasize on throwing the ball hard and consistent to a target, using our core, waist, and arms. Quick outlet passing, shot, saving the pass. So if I'm taking a shot, it's a live shot, take the shot, make the save, quick outlet, boom. We're hitting that outlet quick. So we got our other goalies up there, our other coaches up there getting a good outlet. Coach? So just quick, little 30-second on the quarterback pass, and this is how we do it. We do it knee to knee. Twisting the torque, getting the hands up. Okay, just tossing the rock back and forth. All right, just trying to work on getting our hands up, getting our hips around, and getting ourselves ready to go. Coach, next slide. All right, athletes as well as all people fall into two motivation categories. Those who want to succeed and those who don't want to fail. Simply avoid failure. Okay? So what I'm saying is for all you coaches in here, make an effort, to talk to your goalie about goals for the season and break the season up into small little seasons and little goals so that you're setting them up for success. How many times in a season do we have a goalie who's in a rut and they lose motivation to be in the mat? Let's set them up for success by having small goals set, small quarterly goals set to keep them motivated throughout. Communication language, just some stuff that you can take with you. Who's hot, rotate, fire, Rambo, blue, whatever your defense sets are, stay tight, hold, hands, drive, hips, dig in, match feet, lift, check, break, recognizing the ride, sticks up, all this stuff right here. If your goalie's using proper language, they should have their own verbiage, goalies. That's what they say. That's what we say as a team. Okay? And the thing is all the time, what's the worst? A goalie that can communicate, but a monotone goalie communicator. You got to change the level of your voice. All right? Hips is different than hips. Way different. Okay? Way different. All right? So we got to change the levels of our voice and teach them not to be a monotone at the same time. Learning from film. We're kind of running out a little bit of time here. But what we like to do is we like to film warm-ups every once in a while, maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, just kind of see how you're doing it. And then we break that film down with you. We like to watch other goalies, like I said. My best goalie coach was a 95 film Maryland, Syracuse. That was my best goalie coach I ever had. Game film the day after. Make sure you let your goalies have that opportunity to watch themselves the day after the game. You don't want them giving up 16 goals and then waiting until Monday to see themselves play. All right, get them the film on Sunday if you can. Let them see it and learn from it, get over it, so Monday at practice they're ready to go. And then watch complete possessions, not just saves or shots or goals. All right? I mean, how many goalies in here could just watch their highlights and just their saves? I'd be very content. Okay? But if you watch a whole possession, you watch your defense, you watch everything, you watch yourself get better, and you watch what you can do to try and make yourself better at the same time. And again, we got a couple video links up there, coaching your goalie. I also did an IMG goalie video that's online. You can look it up, IMG goalie video that you can look up. It breaks down kind of everything we do. Something that you can look for, some little things that you can work with, stuff that you can take home with you. If anybody's got any more questions about the goalie position or anything. Fine. Yeah, I think it comes to maturity, reaction speed too, the depth. Yeah, like if you're better at seeing the ball the whole way in, you might play a little more shallow, inside. If you're not, then you might want to play a little bit higher so you take away more of the angle of the shooter. The same goalie, no, we have our goalie, he plays the same. If he's playing a 3-point, he's playing a 3-point. We're not changing how he's playing the yard during the game. I mean, sometimes we'll have him attack the shooter up and over, but we like to keep our guy pretty consistent in that. But, that goes along with the philosophy that I'm not going to try and change everything our goalies do. If you're a heck of a croucher and you make saves, you're a heck of a croucher, you make saves. I want you to make 20. All right? If you're a stand-up straight guy and you make saves, I want you to stand up straight and make saves. Okay? Anybody else? Yeah, Coach.
How do you feel about like a two-goal system? Do you believe in that?
Jeez. I think you can do it. You gotta have those guys that believe in it though. They really believe in it. You know, I know myself as a goalie, I felt, you know, if I'm playing in the game, I want to stay in the game. You know, kind of that quarterback philosophy, if you have two goalies, or two quarterbacks, you don't have one, you know. But at the same time, if you have two guys that are competing, they're kind of similar, you know, if you want that system, you just got to make them believe in it. If you make them believe in it, they got to play 30 solid minutes, and you can do that as a coach, go for it. I don't know if I can really do that as a coach. I want our guy to get in there. He's my guy. He's going to play 60. He's going to work through the ups and downs of the game and go after it. So, anybody else? All right. Thank you for your time, guys. Appreciate it.